Welcome to Backwater Casting. I'm your host, Rick Greene. Today we're fishing a really foggy morning on the St. John River just outside of Fredericton, New Brunswick. I got my friend and neighbor Ron Cloney with me today, and we're trying some deep water, cold water smallmouth bass fishing. Now there's a little bit of row on the bottom now, so she should start. Just those are going to be the key spots as we get to them. That's the stuff I'm looking, like anything like that that changes on the bottom. That's what I'm after.
Oh yeah.
Fish, small.
There you go.
This feels small. There we go. First fish of the day on a drop shot, 20 feet of water, and that's what we get. Too funny. So there you go. That's what you get when you go fishing 20 feet deep.
You don't get skunked today anyway. Nice one.
Well, no, this is a light rod. This is not a big fish either.
Oh, okay.
No, this is a light, oh, he's better, but this is a light rod.
Not bad.
There we go. So anyway, those fish were 2 minutes apart. This guy's probably 6 years older than the first one, which was better for us. You know, what we're doing this morning is super foggy, as you can see there. So we're really relying on the Lowrance to get on the spots that we've got marked out in the open water, because we can't see shore on either side, so we have no frame of reference. I'm watching, I've got a couple of waypoints right here, and I believe they're remains of old cribs. And the bright yellow bottom is a kind of a harder bottom, like it's hard sand or something. And when I get up on these cribs, you'll see the bottom change. And that's where the fish have been. And what it is, sometimes it's just old pieces of logs that they had when they built the cribs, and they're down there submerged, and you can see the color change, and the fish are around those. And sometimes we'll get right on it and we'll see the actual crib itself. Is he still on?
No. It was a good hit though. Small, but a good hit.
You see the color starting to change right there. So there's probably wood on the bottom. That's where the fish are going to be.
Oh, so we're coming into them.
That's probably the remains of part of the wood sides off the crib that have collapsed. So what I'm referring to when I say a crib is this used to be a major, major logging river back in the days when they rafted the wood off and they sent it down in just thousands and thousands of logs at a time. And they would build these cribs out in the river to anchor the booms on the logs until they were ready to let them run. So they would have anchor points here and probably on shore, and then when probably spring flood, they would just open the booms up and all the wood would go down river to the mills. There, Rod's got one. A killer. He's bigger than my first one, so if you get a big increase like I did, you'd be just laughing.
That's a baby one. See you next year. Just got a sliding sinker on there. I don't know what size that is. What, a 16th?
Yeah, probably
16th, small. And I'm just dropping it down with the Senko and just letting it drag along the bottom and just bounce.
We're in the nursery fish. That seems to be our theme this year, in the nursery. Again, we're out there in 20 foot of water. I guess we've only been out for a few minutes, but he's warm. I can hold on to him for a while. He's warmer than the air.
Yeah, I got into him. There you go, got a jumper. Not a bad size. I'd say, what do you think, Rick?
I didn't see him. I only saw the splash.
I don't know, maybe a pound and a half, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, not bad.
Yeah, he's a pound and a half.
Oh, boys, I'll tell you, they're not taking much of it, Rick. Look.
No. They're just taking enough, though.
Just enough. Nice little fella. Send him back home.
He's a little better.
Net.
And again, this was the same as what we were talking about earlier. We've gone over what I consider to be the remains of an old crib on the screen. You can see the debris on the bottom. Well, maybe, yeah, I don't want to stick my hands in the water.
Oh, that's a nice sized fish.
Yeah, I don't really need to get my hands wet, I guess. Oh yeah, he's better than I thought. He's a good one.
That's a dandy.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Ron's got one on at the back as well. So again, this is very localized fishing. We're just getting on these spots.
Oh, a little fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little fella. He doesn't know it though.
Huh.
Look at that. That's a little guy. The hook is actually bigger than his mouth though.
He was just ambitious. That color's been working for you.
I don't know what it is. It's kind of green and orange.
Yeah, no, it's been working for you.
Yeah, so basically we're going to change hooks here, upsize to a bigger wide gap hook. Rick's giving me a 4/0 here. I was using a 3/0, but because we're using a little harder bait on the Senko, they don't seem to be cutting through on the Senko itself. So we're going to try a little bigger hook here to see if we get more pressure on it.
We're not finding the big girls, so I don't know where they are.
They are down there, but they're just not biting.
There we go. In you go, darling.
They're just sucking on it. They're not.
Yeah, well, it's
They're
cold.
not taking it at all. They're just. It almost feels like you're bumping the bottom.
Well, he was probably scared of it.
And there's. We're bigger than he is. Yeah, but they're just sucking on it. There we go. That's a little fella. It'll be a couple years before we're back to get him. Senko style bait. Just basically it's just a rubber worm. This one's getting pretty well worn there now. The Texas rig on it. And I just got a 1/8 ounce weight at the front, and I'm just letting it bounce along the bottom over the top of these cribs. And so far, no big ones, but a few small ones been hitting it. So we'll keep trying here.
There, Ron, I had a couple of good ones here. 2 weeks ago I was here, and I broke the drop shot sinker off on that log pile there, so I went right to a tube. There we go. I switched over to tube so I wouldn't get off of this decent spot and not have a chance to catch something. I think he's your brother.
There you go.
He's the brother to the one that you just had, I think.
I see him coming.
Yeah, he's not big. You know, definitely the fish are moving this time of year. We just haven't figured out where the bigger fish have gone. They should be out on this stuff.
Oh! You
Miss another one? Yeah.
You're fishing the old logging cribs coming down the river. Any reason why?
I like to fish the cribs on the river because a lot of them are in deep water, although we did find some really shallow. But what happens when you get out there and you scan the bottom out there, it's a lot of flat bottom with nothing on it. And then you hit some of those old logging cribs and stuff, and you've got structure on the bottom, and the fish relate to that, and it gives them cover somewhere to hide and ambush stuff. So that's why I get on that.
Looks like there may be a pound or a pound and a half maybe. It's not a huge fish. Funny though, like I say, you can hardly, they're just, it almost feels like a bottom bounce, eh? I see, that's not a bad fish. They're not really slamming it. That's a bigger
That
fish.
sounded better.
Get a little more fight in them.
Definitely sounded better. Had a little more authority to his jump there.
Of course, it might seem like he's a little better too because
I just missed one.
I backed my drag off a little bit.
Oh, I just missed one here too. So, oh, what do you got there? That is a decent fish, Ron.
Yes,
That's a good one. That's the lunker of the day right there.
Yes,
I won't
sir.
argue
That's a
that.
good sized fish.
I got one too. I love these Camaro rods for drop shot. They just got such a nice feel to them.
There we go.
There, the daily double. Ron's is bigger though.
There you go.
Yeah, look at, there is a size difference when you get them together for sure. Yeah.
Did you get him?
As Philip would say, Ron now has the ice cream fish.
The ice cream fish. Ready? Home we go. That was another good hit too, Rick.
I don't understand why they're so finicky. They should be just pigging right out, eating anything that comes near them. You're coming right over that rock pile too. It comes right up to 10 feet from 20. So one big difference between what you and I are doing is you're definitely not getting snagged as much with that Texas rigged stick bait.
Okay, this time he didn't get away.
Put the wood to him.
That seems like a better fish right there. Well, that's not a bad fish, right?
No, that's a nice one right there.
But again, look where I got them. Yeah, they're just not taking it. They're starting to get a little more active.
Yeah, maybe with that sun coming up, it's getting them going. Like burn through that fog. Oh, this guy, he's trying to tear my fingers apart.
Well, that's what I
too.
mean. The hooks they're catching them so shallow in their mouth, they just tear the hands right off you when they.
He kind of snuck up on you.
Yes, he did. I thought it was just. I thought I just got down the bottom. Just a little fella. Oh yeah, not bad. Again, just lipped it. That's it. It was right there.
There is a bit more activity as that sun get up, though. Come on. Little chunk. Change the speed and direction.
Easy. Oh. Just try not to tear the other hand all up. There you go.
Fish on it right there, sitting right on top. That is a fish right there. There he is.
Nice. Nice. Suppose he has a brother out there?
He might. Yeah, it's hard to resist throwing at a log in the water. Okay, up you come. Well, decent, yeah. Yeah, so he owned that log, I think. We're going to put another tube on it and just see if there's a buddy there, but he probably owned it. I didn't think he was there for a minute. He just, I guess I slid down the log and he took it on the upper, on this end of it. Trying to take the stretch out of that mono line. So he was on the outside, Ron, alternating those casts in and out, and he was out. Does not want to come in yet. He's not that big. Maybe 2 pounds. Maybe, oh, he's probably a couple of pounds, yeah. Up. There. He's not very big. He's quite chunky through, but he's not that big a fish. He was outside. Try throw another one out there and see if he's got buddies. I was on a blue fox, number 4 silver blue fox. It's funny, this is the time of year you expect to find them bunched up somewhere. And even on that, some of that deep water stuff we were fishing, we're not seeing them bunched. I was out the other day on the river, and before the wind got really bad, I got some nice fish just going down this one piece of shoreline, and it was a mix. I got some on this little jackall jerk bait, I had some on a crankbait, I had some on a little spinner bait. So we're just going to move in before that wind really gets rolling, because it is supposed to get rolling this afternoon. And we'll just try a bit on the inside. Technically these guys should be feeding up for winter. I'm baffled why we're not getting any big fish. Those deep cribs out there against that 20 foot of water, they should have big fish on them. Nobody home. Yes, he was. He can't get any better than that.
Right underneath?
What was that?
He was right underneath?
He come right, I landed right beside that and he come right off and hit it. That's too funny. There he is. Oh, there he goes. Here he comes.
Looks like a good size.
Yeah, he's a decent fish, yeah. Throw your Senko over there in case he had a buddy.
Well, we'll try one.
Oh, he's gone. Fooled with him too much. He came unpinned. Ah.
But I think I'm back in the nursery.
Sturgeon just jumped out beside us.
Oh,
He's
He's
a
a
little
runner.
bigger than nursery.
huh?
He's a little bigger than nursery.
Yeah, he's a top runner anyway.
We've had smaller ones today.
Yeah, with lots of. Oh, that's not bad. Again, look at that. Just in the lip, Rick.
Yeah.
Just in the lip.
This one feels really good. We've been fooled before, but this guy feels like he's got some backbone to him.
Looks good on the rod anyway.
Definitely feels like he's got some heft to him. Oh, this is a good fish. This feels solid. I haven't even seen him yet. He's not coming up.
Well, we get a good fish. We're not going to lose it.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
He's not, just the way he's hooked, I mean, he fought way bigger than that. Oh, look where he's caught. That's why he fought so hard. He slapped at the bait. Look where the hook got him.
Yeah.
So well, the scent goes in his mouth though.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Nice fish there, Rick.
That fish fought way bigger, but just like I was saying, like the plank, it was hooked sideways, so it was just.
Where'd you get that one on?
That was on that drop shot soft stick bait, like a Senko style bait.
No.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. I didn't miss him that time.
No, sir. Didn't look big. I'll have that net quick if it is. It didn't look super big when it come up. Just full of a devil.
Well, not bad. I'd say probably what, pound and a half?
I haven't seen it.
Maybe 2.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's
There we
handy,
go.
2 pounds, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Not a bad little fish, Rick.
No.
Fat.
Well, Ron, you got the UMB rugby jersey on, so what's going on with UMB rugby this year?
Well, I coached the UMB women's team. We had another good season this year. We're 5-0 right now. We should finish in first place. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I coach with my brother-in-law.
Well, it's got to be pretty tough playing rugby. They have no padding. I mean, you look at football and hockey, they're all padded right up.
Over time, they've developed rules to make the game safer for everybody, and one of the rules now that really makes the game a lot safer is that they limit contact above the neck. So if somebody tackles around the neck or the head, or somebody intentionally tries to make contact with the head, you get a red card and you're kicked out of the game. So it just helps limit contact and makes the game safer for everybody, that's all.
Well, Ron, what is the league that you play in?
Yeah, so the league we play in is what they call the ACAA League, which is a university team, but it's more of a club than it is a team.
So how many teams do you have in the league this year?
Well, there's us, of course, UNB, there's St. Thomas University, there's Mount Allison University, and there's King's College out of Nova Scotia this year. Oh, just a little fella.
Hey, another double.
Another double? All right.
Yeah, I think mine's smaller. I hate to say it, but I think mine's smaller.
This one's pretty small.
Well, this one I think is pretty small too. Oh,
So this one's so small I can barely get my finger in his mouth.
well, it's twice the size of this one. Yours is bigger than that. You got a good bender rod.
I don't know.
He's got that plank we were talking about earlier.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not a plank. No. It's got to be perch. It has to be perch that are hitting because I keep getting tapped, but there's nothing there. So that's a good sign. If there's perch, there's fish. You know, there'll be bass around them.
Not gonna go, not coming up easy.
There was a fish under my jerk bait anyway. That's a nice one, Ron.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, good fish.
But again, barely took it.
Yeah. Well, I had that one right on the boat blowing right at him. I just dropped in there to see if I could catch him on the tube, but it's hard to tell how fast we're moving with that wind behind us. Yeah, we watched him come up and he went around and around under the jerkbait, but he just, with the boat blowing right at him, that wasn't going to happen, I guess. He's not a big fish, but he's a fish. Another little fella, right in the corner of the mouth again. He had it too. Just little. It's funny, we've only seen one big fish all day and that one get off. And I would have expected all kinds of them today. Got him. It doesn't.
What size is that one, Rick?
Don't know. There was a huge boil, but he doesn't feel very big. He hit that just after it hit the water. He's decent. I'll take him. Yeah, a couple of pounds.
One more for the book.
One more for the book. And up.
Scrappy little fella.
Yeah, that's a decent fish. Not a monster, but I mean, that's a good fish. Just chunky, fat little guy. He's only in 6 feet of water too. Good one. Yeah, that guy was fairly shallow.
Surprise.
It almost looks, well, I mean, the water's decently warm. I mean, for this time of year, it's not bad. I had a hit on the spinner and he didn't get that. And I threw the tube and I swung and I'm sure I had one and then he got it. So there could be a bunch of them sitting in there.
Maybe they're schooling up.
Yes, sir. That guy was aerobatic. He must have been 3 feet in the air. We didn't know he was there, and that's probably not a great sign. No. The only guy can see it. Come on up.
What one did you get that one on?
Yeah, I got that guy in a tube. Nice. Funny the difference in the color between this guy and the one we caught a few minutes ago. This guy's almost solid bronze, and the other guy had that typical smallmouth barring on it.
Oh yeah.
And this guy doesn't. Just shows you the difference between where you catch them and what they look like. So that was quick. I mean, ask me why I switched baits right there. I couldn't tell you exactly why, but I guess the timing was right.
Good size. You need the net, Rick, or?
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Slide her in, I'm gonna bring him right into you. Oh, right.
Oh, look how black it is.
Yeah, right in the corner of the mouth. He's about the same size as the last one and same coloration too. So I'm going to surmise the first guy was right up in the weeds, so he had all that bar on him, and this guy's not, he's off the weeds quite a bit, and he didn't. Boys, oh boys, they fight. There is absolutely no question that these guys fight. Here he comes.
Oh, that's a big fish.
He's a good one.
Need the net?
No, I can flip him. There's a braid on here, it's Power Pro, I can flip that guy. Yes, sir. Nice one. I like that.
Well, that's a tournament fish there.
That's a tournament fish there, yeah. Try not to break the fishing rod. Yeah, I just got him nicely right in the roof of the mouth. Fat too, he's starting to...
Yeah. Size?
He's a big two for sure. Nice fish.
There you go.
Ron, thank you so much for coming and fishing with us today. Fall smallmouth bass fishing on the St. John River is always a hoot, and what a beautiful fall day.
It was a beautiful day, Rick, and I really appreciate these trips out. I always have a great time. We always get lots of fish, and it's, what can I say, 19 degrees, October 19th, great day. Thanks.
Awesome stuff, thank you.